Okay folks, this will be a challenging one. We've done heaps of these and they can look really, pardon the pun, they can look really nice. We'll soon find out. It's a really warm day, unseasonably warm. I think today is indeed the 1st of the 8th. First of the 8th? 8th is August, that's right. So it's still we're in the winter months. But it doesn't feel like fucking winter. Which is nice for me because I don't want to have to run a heater. I can't afford to run heaters. I'm not rich. So I haven't used my heater this winter. I did use my heater last winter, but they're fucking expensive to run. Fortunately, I had some credits on my power bill that I was using, but I'm running out of those. So I'm trying to, until I get reunited with my partner Luigi, I have to be a little bit careful. If I can get reunited during this lockdown, which I don't think is going to happen. Anyway, we can. Well, there you go. Here's a can. Here's a can. We can do it. Can do, hopefully. And this is one of these fancy looking Rockstar thingamajigs. So we're going to use that. I wonder why they call it Rockstar. I guess they're trying to make it really appealing to their audience, their consumers, to buy this by making it into something really cool sounding and looking. That looks promising. I hope it looks good. Hope the can-do attitude comes up here. Yes, this has worked. It looks brilliant. Can't get much better than that. Right in the middle of the star. Now we're going to make it into a movement piece. But there is something I'm happy about. We have Sydney, Australia is going through a heavy lockdown due to COVID. Notably the Delta strain, which is extremely contagious, and we're trying to limit the spread as much as we can. And one of the measures that was put in place that I understand but I wasn't happy with was the transport being reduced to a Sunday timetable, even during the week. So I managed to get to and from my job adequately. I couldn't have my morning coffee, however, because it was just too... That looks interesting, but it's not what I want. I couldn't have my morning coffee because the timetable's really limited and you can't basically go early as you'd like to. But the good news is this Monday, coming up tomorrow, today is Sunday, transport will be virtually back to normal. So I'm really happy that they've decided on that. I'm really, really chuffed about it. Now that looks interesting, but again, it's not what I'm wanting. I do like some of it, but it looks, I don't know. But I'm really, really glad that we're back to normal. So yeah, really happy. It's amazing what people like us take for granted, that we can get easy access to public transport. Yeah, that looks interesting, but it's not what I'm after. I do find it's sort of going across to sideways. It's not doing what I want. That looks really promising. But I don't want to settle for something that's not going to work. Maybe I can slow down the movement a bit. Maybe it's going too fast. Yeah, that looks a lot better. It looks a lot more interesting. I think we work with that. It's not the greatest, but I wonder if we're going to work with it or we're going to do another one. There goes a dog barking. I don't worry about it, folks. I don't worry about the dog barking. I'm not interested in reporting things like that. Some people, yeah, I just can't be bothered. It doesn't normally bark all the time. But you wonder what the dog must be feeling sometimes when they bark. You know, if they're stuck indoors and they're not given a time to have a walk. You know, they love to walk. That's what the dogs live for. I think this might possibly work. Wondering if we're going to maybe, I don't know if we're going to cut it off or what. I don't know. I'm just going to use my intuition here and make a decision which one we're going to work with. I'm going to work with that one. We're going to run with it. But that dog, you know, dogs really need to go for walks, and maybe due to the lockdown it's really difficult sometimes. Maybe people think that, I don't know what we're going to do with this one, folks. I'm thinking we're going to run with that. Oh, okay, my intuition's telling me we're running with this. But basically, yeah, it's really sad when dogs get locked up in their owner's place and they don't get a walk, because my mum has a person down the road who hasn't walked their dog, and yeah, and the poor thing just keeps barking and making a bit of a nuisance, but not meaning to be a nuisance. It's a dog. Dogs love to walk and to exercise, and you just can't take that away from a dog without some kind of protest, and that's how they do it. They bark. Poor things. Yeah, that looks interesting. I do think maybe that star should go up a bit, but we don't want to lose some of the lovely detail. I don't know. Maybe we could lift it up a bit. I'm just going to see. I'm going to lift it a bit. I'm going to push it up a little, or a fair amount. I don't know how that's going to look, how that's going to make it, if it's going to make it any good. Deep breath. Yeah, that looks a bit better, I guess. We don't want to lose too much of that detail up there, or especially the word rock star. I do think maybe that's a good question, folks. I'm just going to use my intuition here. I'm going to move it up again, and I thought I lost my settings for a moment. That gave me a fright. So I'm just going to lift that up a fair bit. Yeah, that looks better, I do think. We've got the star up there, and we just got the R for the word rock star up there. I do wonder if maybe the horizontal, or we're going to keep the horizontal as is. But at least we got rid of most of the voids, which looks a lot better anyway. I noticed most of my demos are prolongated, folks, lately. Wondering what we're going to do. I think maybe we're going to run with this. I was thinking the horizontal was going to need some work. So I still think we're not totally happy, even though we've got that yellow there. I don't know, folks. I've got this upside down. I do think, fuck it, we're going to enlarge it a bit further on the horizontal. I think my intuition's telling me let's see how that goes. This is a really nice one to work with. I don't want to ruin it, and especially when the first go came out really well. So I'm really happy with the first go. But we've lost the word punched. So that's the first version, and this is this version. I don't know if I like it. I'm just going to make decision. We're going to run with this version. For some reason my intuition's telling me, and I've got to take that seriously. But I'm really missing my partner Luigi. I really wish I could get in touch and get married. But of course, with this COVID-19 lockdown, it's very important not to have weddings or anything. I don't think weddings are permitted, not even something as discreet as Luigi and myself and the minister. Basically, we only just want a really, really quick and instant marriage, and a marriage that doesn't require planning or hoopla, including the dress. I don't think I'm even going to wear a wedding dress, or Luigi's probably not even going to wear the groom's outfit. It's just going to be marriage, straight up the line. I think we're going to have, of course, we're going to have the rings, but everything else, it's just going to be stripped back so that we can just get married, so we can live together. And to be quite blunt, to have sex because we don't believe in sex before marriage or cohabitation. We only live together when we get married. So marriage is extremely important to us, extremely important. So if we can't get married, we can't live together. That's just it. And that would be a problem. Anyway, that's come up looking quite minimalist in some ways and quite striking. I think now we can call this demo quits.